Good evening, everyone. I am Sandylu of Life Choice Coaching, your transformational business and life coach, and you are watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends. And today is a very, very special show because these are my very, very special guests, clients, friends, colleagues, you name it. They're people that I'm like super, super proud of, and it's been amazing to see their transformational journey in their business and in their relationship and just in general. So my guests for today, and I'll share more about them in a bit, are Robert Colangeli and Janet Paredes of IET Capital. They're in the mortgage and real estate industry, and we'll talk a little bit about business, and we're going to talk about your relationship. More importantly, how do you become a power couple? And given that it's Valentine's Day in like next week, right? Next week, I forget, next week. And we know sometimes we start wondering, what relationship we're in or what relationship we want, or the fact that we're not in a relationship, and etc. And we don't realize, that sometimes it's the best thing, and sometimes we gotta really learn to, work on the ones that we're in already, and we already have a great person. It's just about doing the work and being willing to do the work. So anyway, thank you for watching. And I think, let me see, I don't know if you guys need I think you guys are already on your page, so just checking. I'm gonna go ahead and log on to my page here. And just to make sure I don't miss any questions or comments, say hi to us. Let us know where you're watching from. All right, so thank you for watching, and thank you for everybody that's been following my post. In the last few weeks or days, I've been sharing, I've been posting questions that are about relationships and being in relationships and not being in relationships and picking relationships and things like that. And I love hearing your perspective and your insight. It's not about right, wrong, good or bad, but it's just to kind of gauge where people are in their mindset, in their emotional intelligence, right? It kind of gives me an idea of also what kind of content I could bring to you, how else I can support you, what other things I can do with my coaching programs and stuff like that. And I am creating a program specifically focusing on relationships, is where I'm going with my business. That's what I love, working with relationships, and you guys know I work with you guys, so my work, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But anyway, thank you for posting. It's been awesome to hear your perspectives, and just some of you have been really open and shared like very personal stuff about some of the challenges that you have had in your relationships, and some of you private message me because I know it's personal, so I really appreciate it. And it's just really, we all learn from each other, and the more we open up and we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, it gives others the opportunity to feel like they're not alone in their journey, that they're not the only ones, and it gives them an opportunity to also see that there's another possibility, right? That when there's a will, there's a way, that if we believe and we take action, that anything and everything is possible, and that we have that choice to do it, right? So thank you everybody who's been commenting and sharing on my post. It's all purposeful. It's all because I care about you. I've been there. I've worked with people for the last 8 years. I've worked with people in their relationships, whether it's their relationship with themselves, relationship with their spouse, or relationship with their business, or just in general with everyone, right? Because we don't realize how our relationship with ourselves kind of carries over from relationship to relationship, and it could be personal or professional. It makes a difference. So thank you all for watching, and thank you for commenting, and thank you for following. So remember to share. So today's topic is about power couples, and I want you to think about what couple you're in. Are you in a relationship? Are you kind of like entertaining a relationship, right? Am I thinking about being with this person? I'm kind of dating now, I'm not sure. This is a really great show for you to kind of see, and I'll give you guys perspective and give you different ideas and things that I've seen happen that work and don't work. But more importantly, I want to hear, I want you to hear about this very inspiring couple who has really put in the work to get to where they're at right now. I'm not saying that they're perfect. We are all perfectly imperfect, and it's just up to us to consistently evolve and grow and keep developing ourselves and invest in our well-being, in our get educated in the things that are important to us and the life that we want to create for ourselves. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting you guys here for a while. I know you are busy. With your business is booming. Your office is just wow, it's just blossomed. It's just been amazing to see the people in your team, because I've worked with some of them too, to just see them just show up differently, just alone. and then to see what you've created, you know, the investments that you've made and the risks that you've made, like you just took the plunge, and how your relationship has drastically transformed, that you've been able to create even bigger and better things. And the fact that you guys are supporting your family. But I'm already giving you all of it away. But anyway, I'm going to share a little bit. Yeah. I'm so excited. It's hard for me because I know so much about them. So much, let me just say, no. But you're not going to hear all of it. Don't get crazy. Don't get it twisted. So anyway, I'm going to share a little bit about them, and then I'll have them share a little bit more about them and their story, their backstory before they got to where they're at right now. But Janet Paredes is a mortgage broker, closing over 100 loans a year, real estate investor and flipper. She has a bachelor's of arts degree in psychology from UCLA with a minor in business administration. Owner of JP Home Staging and Furniture Brokers, recently completed all general contractor license requirements. Yay! And finalizing interior design certificate to bring more value to her clients. Through her work and experience, she will be able to support many people and her clients transform and improve their lives by empowering them. Robert Colangeli grew up in Whittier, California. At the time, his atmosphere wasn't the most positive. He lived his life and had a number of top-paying jobs that didn't make him happy because he felt that there was something more for him to do out there. About 10 years ago, he started in the real estate market in the middle of a crash. He learned what it takes to start from the ground up, and his career built his career like a new home. He is now helping families achieve their goals and dreams through real estate. He helps families find a place to call home. And together, they've been together for 10 years, right? Yeah. 10 years. They flipped
10 short years.
10 short years. They go by really quickly, right? So they flip many homes and multi-unit properties together. They run in mortgage and real estate office together. Both take care of their mothers financially. And they're here to help you in any way that they can. But how many homes do you guys have? Just out of curiosity, because I know that you guys have been, like, I want to say at least the last 2 years, you have aggressively been like investing and flipping and working. But where are you guys at right now? In
23.
23. Wow! Congratulations! Oh my gosh! You know, and it was kind of like, should we? You know, we had those conversations, and he's like, yes, let's do it.
And I'm like, no, I'm finding this apartment, paying $1,100 a month.
Yes, wow, transformation. So share a little bit about, you know, a little bit about yourselves, like where you came from. I know you said you grew up in Whittier, and I know you had somewhat of a rough upbringing, and so it took a lot for you to get into a different place, right, in life.
Yeah, when you grow up in Whittier, the atmosphere is a little different, especially the time that I grew up at, or during, and later on, as I got older, I started experiencing different things with jobs, like how in there I had a number of top-paying jobs. I used to be a UPS driver at one time, and they're great pay. I was full-time, had full benefits, and I didn't like it. I thought, I felt inside that I'm supposed to do something than just deliver packages. No disrespect to anybody that works there, because I have a lot of friends that work there and still work there.
And it's a great, you mentioned it's a one company you could work for and make over 6 figures
you can
without a
make
degree.
$100,000 and no problem. But like, I miss the benefits today for sure.
That's a whole different story. I get it. I get it.
I don't take anything away from anybody that does that. It's a great job. It just wasn't for me. And my mindset at that time was a lot of different things were going on. And I got into sales, and then got into real estate, met Janet, and then we're here 10 years later.
10 years later.
But I had, there were some bumps in the road. I had some problems.
Some problems, and I won't go into it a little bit more, but I know, you know, one of them, you know, I know we talked about this, is you would drink, not
a lot.
So you used to drink a lot. So just for any of you out there that have had these challenges, just listen, okay? Listen.
So I had a big drinking problem, and what I would notice is, you know, it's fun during the time you drink, it's cool, you know, you're having fun, everything's great, and then there comes when you stop drinking. So there would go like a week or 2 weeks or 4 or 5 days just drinking every day after work, and then, you know, something happens, and then you go home and you're like, okay, I'm gonna rest, and then I couldn't control my emotions when I was coming, I guess, off of having a hangover, and I would just like, I don't know, I would just think about everything that had happened in the past, and then I would get depressed again. So towards the end of me drinking about 3 years ago, I, sat down and I had a big choice to make because I had a lot of people depending on me. Janet, of course, Luna, Leo wasn't in the picture yet, but and my mom, my mom, and a lot of people were kind of banking on me to do good, and I was kind of just tearing it apart with drinking. So I came basically to a wall, like a brick wall, and I thought, okay, what am I gonna do? Go around it, go over it, or just go through it? What's the best way that's gonna help me out the most? What's gonna help me become a better person? And at that point, it's very obvious, stop. But even though it's very obvious, it's not easy to do. And I have a family that deals with a lot of addiction, so it was very easy for me to fall back into that and just keep going. And I have an excuse because I had a rough childhood. That was always my excuse from when I was younger till now. And drinking was kind of compensating for those feelings that I needed, or that love that I needed from back then. But at that point, I knew I needed to make a change, and I knew my mom and Janet and everybody else in my family saw something greater inside of me, especially my dad that died years ago. He had always said, my children will be nothing like me or, his wife, which was my mom. They're going to be great people, they're going to be successful. And I think that clicked in my head again, and I thought, I can't let my dad down. He died when I was younger. I think it was in about 8th grade, and it was hard. He had given me a call, told me to come see him. I went there immediately on the weekend. My uncle took me, and when I seen him, I knew exactly what was going to happen. He didn't look like his regular self, and I knew he was going to die. So I just broke down immediately, and it hit me, and then I just spent the next few hours with him, last hours of him being in the world. And I was grateful at that point when that happened to me. At that time, I accepted it even though I was young, and I just moved forward. And I just moved forward. So with that, I think that helped me a lot through becoming better and just changing in general. I always had my father's words like in the back of my head of how I have to change. That clicked at the right time. It always worked out.
It's interesting because even after, and we'll get to Janet, so we can hear a little bit about Janet, Janet's backstory too, but that you were still doing well in business.
Oh, yeah.
You were drinking and binge drinking, you were binging, you were partying it up, but you were still doing good. Like
He was a functioning alcoholic.
he was a functioning alcoholic to an extent, right? Because when the crash came, then the depression kicked in, and
Yeah, that I was still able to do everything. It's just now it's a lot easier to do everything. It's a lot easier. It's still tough. Things get tough. It's become in situation all the time. Where it's business, a property, tenants,
it's
anything.
real estate.
Yeah, life.
It's always something.
So it's not just like, oh, it's great now. I don't drink. There's still problems. It's just I can control most of them now to a certain extent, and I'm not going to wake up alone the next day. So if I have to wake up Saturday morning at 7 a.m. to show a property in Riverside for an hour, I'm good. I can do it, and it's not a problem. And that makes our life easier, because now I can help her more, I can help, our family more, and so on from there.
Big difference, and there's been a really big shift too. So, and Janet, your backstory, and we'll talk more about this because I know that there's been so much change since you did that, that you made that choice, and it's kind of when I kind of came into the picture, your picture as well, both of you guys. But tell, if you want to share a little bit about your upbringing and some of the things that you faced that you were able to overcome to get where you're at now.
I had a good upbringing. I feel my memories are all very positive with my mom. She was a single mom. She raised us, and I just really appreciate, that's where I really learned to appreciate a single woman working hard for her family. So she inspires me every day, and so she's really my heart and the reason I work really hard. Her and Robert, just keep me together every day. I wake up and do what I have to do to take care of our family. So because of her, we were able to purchase a new home, and we're able to move her in so we can take care of her along with my stepfather now. So that's really the biggest blessing for us. But I mean, other than that, I would say just watching her struggle day to day, just to pay bills, stuff like that, that really, even though I was young, I would realize when we didn't have money, and she was very open about it, and letting us know that we needed to get an education, we needed to study, we needed to do our homework, all of that in order to progress in life. So because of that, there was no option but to go to school. I had really good grades in high school. I graduated from Warren High in Downey, and I love that school. And from there I went to UCLA, and I studied psychology because I myself suffered from depression. So I really wanted to know, why would I feel this way? What is it that was in my heart that would cause me to want to think things that I knew weren't right? So I studied psychology because of that, and business. So once I graduated, I was able to shift my thinking and really focus on my career. And now here we are, I'm really grateful to Robert because he let me practice a lot of my psychology on him.
Reverse psychology.
He really made me an expert.
She's part psychic.
But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything because, together we were able to really do a lot of things that I never thought were possible. So, life is good.
Yeah, and you went through, you survived the real estate crash, or you actually started your business during the real estate crash, right? Your own business.
Well, I started in 2005 when I opened up. In 2008 is when the market really crashed, and I had a choice. Yeah, that's when I met him, and so I had a choice: should I close? At that point, my broker ended up at that time keeping 5 commissions over $50,000, and so I really thought I need to close, and I don't have money to pay anybody. And luckily, everybody that worked with me said, you know what, we're gonna wait, keep working, don't worry, you can pay us back in time. And I did. Within the year, I was able to pay them back. But it was really challenging, a character building year, I would say. And I'm grateful, we kept the lights on. My overhead was very low. I always try to be very, good with my budget and all that, and our overhead was low. So because of that, I think we survived, and that's when Robert came in, and I made sure he paid a hefty commission to me to pay the bills.
Yeah. So there was that, and then the crash, and that's when I started. So there was a crash, and there was Robert. So it was kind of...
Yeah.
A lot to take on all at once. A lot to take.
A lot.
Well, it's kind of, when you're out there, when you're single and you're entrepreneur, you're owning your own business, and then someone comes your way, you're kind of like, not now, but why not now? And the conflict, right? The conflict of I don't have time, and then at the same time it's like, but hey, but this feels great.
It was kind of perfect timing.
It was
because I was going through things, she was going through things, and I was low for sure because I was drinking a lot back then, and I guess we kind of just both brought light to each other, and then
it was a good time because he was drunk all the time, so I could go.
You needed to have fun.
I needed to have fun.
I'm always
stressful. Yeah.
I got all the free drinks and everything.
I think it was pretty important. To me, it really meant a lot that I think if I would have met Robert when times were great, I think I would have always maybe, because he's a little younger, I would have thought you know what, is he really with me because of me, or is he with me because I have all this? So with the crash, it was a very humbling experience. You go from making this much to nothing. And I think meeting Robert at that time really opened my eyes to, having absolutely no doubt of why he was with me, because really we had the same thing, you know, which wasn't much, you know, but it was love. And I mean, at that point, I think, you know, now that we built together, I don't doubt why we're together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And you've worked through a lot of different things, and you had your own personal traumatic experience, and you had to work through that to get to where you're at right now. I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that, or if you want to.
I think I could talk about it. Well, many years ago, when I first passed my real estate exam, I did have an incident where I was kidnapped, you know, and hold on. Okay, so during that moment, when you think like it's the end and you're not gonna live another day, it's really humbling to be able to wake up now every day and just know how lucky I am to be alive. So I think that just made me now so much stronger. And it's something I haven't shared. I shared it with Sandy, you know, through coaching, and it's something that I wanted people, I don't want to shout it to the world, but I want people to know that no matter what you went through in life, if you're not able to get out of it yourself, you can seek help. There's people like Sandy, angels on this earth that can help you and really just overcome, you know. It's something that I'll never forget. However, I don't really like to think about it. It's something that happened, and it happened for whatever reason. Only God knows, but it's made me very strong and a very good, I think, woman, because I can appreciate so many little things that I didn't before. So that in itself, Sandy really helped me deal with, accept it, get over it, and I share with you because if anybody out there has gone through something similar, Sandy's a very, very good person to open up to and just work through your feelings and emotions. So thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. No, thank you for trusting me, and thank you for sharing. And I wanted, you know, we talked about this before to make sure it was okay, right?
Yeah.
But I want people to hear, because we get, hey, me too, you know, where I've gotten really stuck in my stories and my circumstances. And
Yes.
I was sexually abused as a child, and it really took a toll on me as well. And it affected what I created in my relationships, and how I went into a relationship.
Yes.
And how I thought I wasn't worthy in relationships. So either I sabotaged them, or I thought I wasn't good enough, and different things like that. And it took a toll on so many areas of our life. And you guys that are watching and listening, you know, listen, you know, if the shoe fits, it's not right, wrong, good or bad, but it's an opportunity for you to see that it doesn't have to take over your life, that it really is a choice. And so I admire you, because you have like one of those reasons where you can totally be hateful towards the world, hateful towards men, you know, like really hateful and mean to people, and etc. And you're the complete opposite. You're like one of the most fun, loving, caring, you know, leaders, women, you know, your team, your family, you're giving, your honey here, that you don't give up on him, and you've stood for him, and, you know, etc. But, you know, you have one of the most beautiful hearts, you know, so thank you for your sharing, and thank you for your courage, and just for being that example for a lot of us.
I do hope that people understand, because it's just something that, even though it was a long time ago, it's a wound that will never heal. However, it's like, I think of it probably like as a woman with stretch marks, you know, they don't like the marks. However, I think it's a beautiful thing, because it's of a beautiful moment, you know, and I just think that this is like, for me, something that happened, and it was very character building. And even though I hated that it happened to me, I appreciate what it did for me, because it helps me in so many ways every day of my life, dealing with difficult situations. I'm able to just kind of step back and reflect and really say, it's not that serious. This is nothing, you know? It could be so much worse.
It definitely puts things to perspective. Yeah,
yes, it
definitely.
does.
Oh, definitely. So thank you. And so now, let me see, we have a few comments, so let's go ahead and see what comments we have, and just quickly say hi to some people. But thank you everybody for watching. You're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends, and I'm here with Robert Colangeli and Janet Paredes of IET Capital, and they're in the real estate and mortgage industry, and they are an awesome power couple. And if you're hearing their story already, I know, I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am. I know their story. I know a lot about their story because I've coached them for a while, and it's just, I'm always inspired by them, and I just really admire them as a couple and as individuals. So if you're just catching it, make sure that you go back and watch it from the beginning later. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free. And don't forget to share, okay? Because you never know who's out there that really needs to hear this, okay? So whether you're in a couple or you're not in a couple, consider what kind of couple do I want to be in, and or what do I want to create in my relationship, and what is it going to take? Because it takes two for one, and you guys did the work, and I know I was with you guys for 1 a.m. one time, right? 1 a.m, okay? And do you remember? Remember that night? I was at your home. I was coaching them, and it was like I was there. I was like, I can't leave at this point. I can't leave at this point. You know, it happens, right? It's part of what happens when you work with couples or just anybody in general. Sometimes it's not a good time for me to just step away.
Yeah,
because
he's really good at peeling the layers of your emotions.
Yeah, so I know I've had people say, you're like a no BS. You're like, you know BS. You like tell it like it is. And I think, and just, sharing that, I think sometimes, and I think Robert might agree with this, but I have had people who, men who have thought, oh, she's just going to take the woman's side. She's been divorced before. She's going to take the woman's side because she's a woman and blah, blah. And they're pleasantly surprised when they realize that, no, I'm going to call you out on your crap to the women as well. Yeah. Would you agree?
I agree. She picks the men's sides.
I don't pick sides. It's too neutral. She picks the men's side. She was... and the women obviously think that's what's going to happen, and it doesn't, because the goal is not about who's right or wrong. It's about what do you guys both want and what do you want to create together.
Do you want to be right or you want to be in a relationship?
Yeah.
Right.
Sandy, I remember one time after you left, I told Robert, I don't want Sandy to come anymore. Can we fire her?
I don't know if Sandy's right for us.
I don't think she's a good fit. He's like, why?
Because you're wrong?
Yeah, because you were wrong and she told you, and I'm like,
no,
maybe.
I wasn't wrong.
But that's what happens. That happens with everybody, even if it's individuals. The couples sometimes you don't want to hear. We don't want to hear it. Like sometimes even I don't want. My friends will be like, "Well, what about this?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. This is And then I'll be like, "Okay, let me listen to what she's saying." That makes sense. And I think my friend knows who I'm talking about. She would. But anyway, hi everybody. I didn't say hi to the comments, but it's so funny. I mean, we've had so many experiences. You've been in my women's group, and then I've been with your office. You were going to say something, Rob?
I was going to say one thing that kind of we live by is don't just talk about it, be about it, come through with your actions and, get the job done or get the project done however you have to. And I think, with us, sometimes we come into situations or projects and maybe I'm not fully into it, and then she'll take over and say, hey, we got to get it done. This is what we got to do. Yell a few times and finish.
He's all by himself.
It was both ways. Sometimes you're being like, hey, we have to handle this. Let's take care of it.
Well, you're pulling each other to the goal, right? To the end zone, right? To the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So let me say hi to a few people, and then we'll talk about how you guys really some of the things that you've done that have got you here. Because that's so important. So hi to Patricia Almaraz, Maritza Parea. He says #power couple. Gilda Storm says good work for all of us to read and share. Awesome. Elizabeth Paredes says, Robert, don't be shy, be loud, be proud. You guys deserve it. Yes, you hear?
That's my sister.
And Edward Garcia says power couple. Hi to Bautista, Liz Celis, Vincent Guerrero, Valerie Baca Vargas, Juan San Juan III of Gloria's restaurant in Huntington Park in Pueblito, my friend over there. Their food is delicious and the mariachi is amazing.
Gloria's is one of our
and Juan is super
usual spots.
That was a spot. I took him from Gloria's.
Every Saturday. Gloria's used to be a little hallway.
You're making less money, San Juan, because Juan San Juan because he doesn't go anymore.
He funded the whole expansion.
Raul Avila, is it Richard? Says hello, power couple. Elizabeth, let's see. You got a little squirrel. Is that a squirrel? I don't even know. Is
Oh,
that a
that's
squirrel?
probably my sister.
Elizabeth Paredes. Robert Quesada says hello. My sister Lourdes is watching. Hey sis. Being a power. Richard says being a power couple, having business is fun. Learn things from each other. Yes. Elizabeth Paredes says I love you sis. You always have your family. Sorry for the emoji that was sent. My fat fingers pushed a button. You are one of the strongest ladies I know. What doesn't kill us, sis, only makes us stronger. Proud of you, she said. She said you are proof, and so that's your sister. Amanda Zaragoza's on. Uriel Science is giving you guys claps, and he's awesome too. Maggie DQ, hello Maggie. Leslie Camargo, my aunt over there in Riverside County somewhere. Hello Eva. Hello to all. My sincere respect to the powerful couple, and peace, love and peace. You're next, Eva. Raquel Toribio, Marta Munoz, Scott Burke, Mike, Marianne Lopez, Edward Garcia says, when's the wedding? Hey, that's what I said. We're gonna just do it right now. But no, I'm gonna be a surprise. I have an officiant here assisting me today. He says I'm ready to dance the night away. Yeah, me too. And hi, Dominic Lopez. So thank you everybody for watching. And you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends. I'm on every Tuesday evening, and I have this awesome power couple. And so let's talk about how you guys. So you guys, when I came to you guys you already had stopped drinking. You had just stopped drinking maybe a few months ago. About 6 months or something, right?
So when we first met, or when you started coaching us privately?
When you started, because when I met you, you started. It was so funny because remember, I was thinking about having. Yes. I was thinking like I'm gonna start reaching out to. I remember being home. I'm gonna start reaching out to agents and Don about doing some workshops for them. Yes. And then within minutes, you randomly called me out of nowhere, and it was so funny. I was like, I was kind of like.
I told her, I have to find a coach. We have to find a coach. Start looking. And she's like, I want to find a woman one. And she just went on Facebook.
Yes, and I listened to a video, and I'm like, she's the one. And I called you, and you answered, and it was late, and you answered, and I said, is there any way you can trade my office? Because we had a cancellation, and I want to make sure we have a good coach there. And you're like, sure. And I'm like, really? And
it was the next day, and I was just like, okay, I was available.
Yeah, and since then, I mean, we've worked together numerous times. We love Sandy. She's the best.
Yeah, I worked out your family and
oh my God,
everybody, your friends, your family,
my sister,
your sister too,
my sister,
your
my friends, my best friends, my niece,
your parents.
My parents, yes, oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. So I think they trust me. You think? No, but enough about me. What about you? No, but when I started working with you guys, and I like I like to go up there because I think there was such a big change because you also aside from them that eventually you worked with Leslie Brown as well, and then and then you had another coach in your so I think you had another coach in your business. So I did work with your staff and whatever, but you stopped drinking. You guys see the thing is that you guys were already doing good, right? I mean, but you guys were struggling because you had baggage. You guys were both carrying, right?
Yes, I have.
If you guys kind of want to share a little bit about that, and then kind of go into like how you guys started changing things.
I think I was just angry at men, obviously. So I didn't know I was angry. I would just take it out on everybody I dated. And he let me know.
Oh, he didn't hold back.
And me going out and drinking probably 5 nights a week wasn't helping. Coming home late. It's not good. It's not good for that. That's so like a beer fire.
Yeah.
So fuel to the fire.
So I think that was the start of us, just kind of like realizing, or I made him self-aware and he made me aware of what was happening. So we were able to actually make the changes based on, hey, if I have to change unless I want to lose him, and vice versa. And I think, if there's love there, then you want to do stuff to change and be a better person. It's not like he was asking me to do something I didn't want to do. He's saying like, be better. You can be better than this. And I told him the same. I was ready to leave him actually because he had gone on a drinking binge and I couldn't find him, and I left. I moved to my sister's house, and I was like, I'm done. And he came back and, he's like, I will never drink again. And I said, there's no way you can do that. You love to drink.
She said, we're done. We're
done.
never going to be together again. Like, it's over. And I said, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And I said, you're going to see. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure that you feel like you can trust me and you feel like I'm never going to drink again.
Yeah. And he did. That was the last time he drank.
And I promised her on pretty much my life and my little puppy, Luna.
we would fight for custody of our dog. So he said, if I drink, you can have the dog. And I was like, what? And he's like, just give me one more chance. So I said, he's going to drink and the dog's mine,
I'm never going to give the dog.
Yeah, he loves the dog. So he really stopped drinking for Luna. Not really for me.
For the family.
For the family.
But yeah, it was tough. It was hard. I went through depression before a lot because when I was younger, it was hard. I was by myself. I was kind of left alone. I didn't have very much family or friends. At one point in time, I was 17 years old. My grandma had just died. I was living in a house by myself. My mom was gone on vacation, and it was tough. And I had nobody. Somehow, one of my uncles called me and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go pick you up. I know what you're going through. I'm gonna go get you tomorrow. You can stay with me till your mom comes back." And I don't know what I would have done if he didn't come to pick me up, because I got literally thrown out of that house at that time. So, however it happened, it was great. It just worked out, and that story and what had happened, doesn't define me, and Janet's story doesn't define her. It's just something that happened, and if you think of it like that, it's not as bad. Like, you can move forward and you can have a great life, because that held me back a lot. And when I drank, it all came out. Like, I got depressed, I got sad, because that's what I was holding in. But it doesn't define me. So now.
So how did you guys work through that? Because that was a different transition. Now he's sober, and now you got to work through that. Now I'm in reality. Now he's in reality, and now you're in reality with what he was struggling with.
It was actually a little difficult because I was used to him being sober. I mean, drinking, and me always being the sober one. And so then when roles change, now he's not drinking, and I feel like, well, I should be able to have a drink or two, So now when I drink, I let him know, like, hey, I'm gonna drink. Because I don't want to be like waving it in his face, like like when someone's on a diet, you're eating a cheeseburger in front of him, So I kind of like try to hide it. If I'm gonna have a drink, like, I don't need to like parade it in front of him. But he's okay with it. Yeah, at this point he's okay. But even at first, I would feel like I have to support him, so I wouldn't drink. And with time, I'm like, do you mind if I have a michelada? I really need one. And he's like, yeah. So I drink it. I mean, now all his friends drink in front of him, and he's okay with it. But it was an adjustment, because then, he would be like, hey, don't drink too much. And I'm like, what? Like, I'll never be at that level. How are you telling me when I let you go free for so long?
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of working through all
There was
of that.
a lot of working. And now he wasn't, like, numbing himself with the alcohol. So now, like, when we'd fight, he'd remember stuff. And he'd, like... So it was more, it definitely changed it, and that's where we had to really communicate. We had to.
Since I was younger, I never really felt like I had a home, and I never felt like comfortable at home because of everything. And we came from a one-bedroom apartment in Downey, and I remember that night, I was looking on the MLS, the properties that were houses in the hills around here, and I told Janet, we're gonna buy a house. Which one do you like? Like, what view do you like? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to buy one of these houses. Like, we're going to be in this area. Like, what side of the hill do you want to be on? She's like, Robert, you're crazy. And then another thing I said, too, was that we're going to meet Les Brown. I wanted to tell him my story, and I actually did that. I was lucky enough to do that.
Yeah, I love the picture you guys have of you and him all hugging.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But see, things like that, I put it out there. She fully wasn't sold on it, but I sold her on it. And then we're here now,
But you guys worked through I know one of the things that was the challenge was just learning how to communicate what you were experiencing, and that how are you guys doing with that? More like putting them on the spot. How are you doing with that? I know that. I mean, because that takes a toll. I think when you get so caught up in the petty things, and I think that was the big thing about getting the coaching done was that
you were getting caught up in the petty things. He was going through the transition,
Yes.
and you were knowing how to. So then business, it didn't suffer, but it was not moving as fast as like.
Right.
I mean, once you guys work through all that, it's like.
Yeah, we were so focused on all the little drama, the day-to-day drama, which it was really nothing. It was so petty, but we kept arguing over flashbacks of him drunk, even though he wasn't drinking anymore. I'm like, wait, but you did this when you. He didn't remember, and then I was hurt. He didn't remember. So all that stuff, we didn't know how to get past it, and that's why when we said, hey, can you coach us 1 month? 1 month led to 2, and then 4. I don't know. We're like, we're not ready to cut the umbilical cord. Then finally, after you were gone, after we finished, I was kind of worried, thinking we're gonna revert back, but no. Like everything that we committed to, we've been doing, and I think if anything, it just really helped us to hear each other, to learn. Like the fights have completely stopped. As weird as that sounds, in regards to. The way we used to fight, it was like dirtier, or we just didn't know.
Respect,
yeah, it was like
fights.
no, not like that. But it was just like it was doing the most. We were
Drinking
both very dramatic.
and fighting and dramas.
Yeah.
10 times worse when you 10 times worse are better when you involve alcohol.
Yeah.
But usually it's just worse.
Yeah. So we really learned through you how to communicate. And just kind of talk to each other with more respect. And I think, like now, he won't tolerate disrespect, and neither will I. And I think that's something really important. Like we both stand up for each other, and I think that's something that's really, really good and different in regards to your coaching. Because, like you said, you're worthy. You're worthy of a great relationship. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of all this stuff that you could hear it and be like, okay, whatever. But you really are, and I am. And I know, if he steps out of line, I'm like, hold on, Rob, no. And he does the same with me. So
now you have self-awareness, so you can
Yes.
check in with yourself as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool. And my family, like, they love being around us. My family, like, respects him. And, just before it was different because obviously I used to go to them like, oh my God, Robert did this, And now, like, they see his progress has changed. So it's just changed a lot of things. And we were able to focus on work now.
Yeah.
And together, it's like, we're good, right? Like, once we worked out how to work together, too, because
that was another thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I helped you guys.
he tried to always, like, kind of overpower me at work a little bit. And we had to just learn, we had to learn how to talk about things and just kind of, hey, you're good at this, you handle that. I'm good at this area, let me handle that. And then, like,
You're an expert in that field. Then.
Yeah, so I think that was the difference, just acknowledging each other's strengths and letting us, create our magic with that.
Our roles too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end, it's like you guys both win. At the end, you both win. But when you're battling each other, then nobody's winning.
Makes it hard.
And then the whole office is
the
in it
team
with
loses.
you,
Yeah.
And now you guys have an amazing team.
Yeah. Shout out to my team. Love them. Oh,
Aaron, Abraham, Amanda,
everybody. Gabs.
April, Gabby,
Yes, April, Carmen.
Julissa.
Everybody. Yeah, because of our team, we are able to focus on like other projects, like the flipping, everything that we started, is because of them. Where they do their own stuff, but they also take on our load when we can't be there. So it's really, we're grateful. We've been blessed, I think, really these past few years. I mean,
we try to help everybody that works with us, and then
we
just
want to see
expect
them
the same
grow.
back, and we all take care of each other. We're like a big team.
Yeah,
it
we
gets
are
done
like a family.
however it needs to, and we got someone for everything.
Well, that's great. No, but I mean, I think, and you guys support your parents as well. I mean, financially, you guys are supporting your parents, and you do still community service, and you're doing things for the community as well. And I want to bring that up because earlier I posted, what makes a power couple, right? What's the interpretation of a power couple? And everybody said a lot of things that are very, very accurate, at least in my opinion. And then there was one person who said a power couple is greedy, and I was just thinking like, wow, like it's interesting how that is that person's interpretation of it, right? And you can see the comment or post later, so you can kind of get an idea. But there's people that think that way, and so what happens is that because you think that way, then that's also what you think about being rich. So you'll never be rich because you think it's a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's that, you know, how do I interpret things in such a way that it's holding me back or moving me forward? And when I think of a power couple, I think of people who know who they are, that love themselves, that work together for their individual, you know, support each other in individual goals, and support each other and create goals as a couple. You know, just seeing each other win individually and together.
Yeah, I think that's what changed a few years ago when we started working with you and Jonah Casio, is that we both looked at things differently, like as not just transactions, more like helping people. Like I want to help this family. Why do you want to help them? Because they have kids and we want to put them in a home. They've never owned a home. We want a future for them. And we've pretty much applied that to every client since we've done the coaching with you and Joe. And businesses even better. Yeah, tripled, and it's funner.
It's
Yeah.
funner. It's
There's-
funner.
Yeah, like there's a purpose. It's not.
Sorry.
I was like, whoa.
No, and I hope you guys are listening, because these are very important things. And then your other coach, I did some coaching with your team, and then you also had another coach. You said his name is Joe.
Jonah Casio.
Okay, so Jonah Casio, and so I know that was a whole other level of support in your business, and
Yeah.
and even then I saw it as, you know, we're always in communication,
Yes.
and I've seen, it's just been amazing to see not only you guys grow and create like amazing things for yourselves and your family, but your team, like just
Yes.
seeing them blossom, all of them, like Aaron,
Yes.
you know, like he's almost unrecognizable. I remember when I had a first
Yes.
session with him, like it was just like, it's like day and night. Now you have Abraham, which was one of my coaches as well.
Yeah.
And when I saw that he was starting to communicate with you, I knew that you guys were the team for him, but he needed to make that choice on his own. And so I'm
He's
seeing,
great, super smart,
super
hardworking.
intelligent, and it's just, sometimes we need to be in an environment that's going to support us in growing. And you're like, everybody's winning because you guys got out of your own way.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Right, and you guys got, and it's such a big,
Yeah.
change, and
Yeah.
and you guys pay, you know, listen, if you're just joining us, make sure you watch this from the beginning, because this is really important. You know, like, we talked about me coaching them and how much I've supported. I work with a lot of people, but if you don't like me, don't choose me. That's fine, but it's your life. It's your life, not mine. You got to decide what you want to do with it and who you want to invest in, so that you could create the life that you want. So just let's be clear about that, okay?
And who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Right, that's very important.
Yeah.
That's very important. People that are out there. I know you hang around with other people that are, and I see everybody. Just so you know, I'm watching all of you guys, right? And I'm rooting for you, okay? I'm rooting for you, and I'm seeing those things that you're doing that are not serving you, by the way. Just so you know.
Yeah.
So call me or somebody, but call somebody. Do something. Do something. Life is precious, and we got to really take advantage of those opportunities to take our life on to new levels, right?
Yes.
And so we're here at your beautiful home. I know you can't really see it, but we're here at their newest home.
Yeah.
They just moved in a few weeks ago, and it's a gorgeous home here in the city of Whittier. Do I say the area? Is it okay? In the Spyglass area, if you're familiar, you know that's a great area with the most amazing views. And it's a gorgeous home, and of course it's decorated by these by Janet, of course, which is her previous home. Like, I've seen it, it's gorgeous as well, and so it's beautifully decorated, by the way. I love those chandeliers. But anyway, so you guys don't get to see too bad. You got to make friends with them so they can invite you to football Sunday or something. Now that it's over, now what happens? Nothing. It's break time.
Basketball.
Yeah.
But Abraham says, sounds like I'm popular, LOL. Yes, you are, Abraham.
We love you.
We see you. We see your greatness. We see you.
Great.
But I know it's like almost time to go, but I want you to, like, if there's any last message or motivation that you can share with them,
Yes.
Me?
that would be great. Yeah.
I
Go
want
for
to say
you.
something.
One at a time.
I just want people to know that you're always being watched, especially if you're on Facebook, especially whatever you're posting. You may think like, I'm gonna post this and then I'm gonna delete it later and da. People are watching, and you really have to remember that. I mean, that's gonna be around for your kids to see, for your parents to see, and just, that's something that I used to do when I'd be angry. I would post like the dumbest stuff, And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? So just know, like, you know, be that example for your kids, be that example for your friends, for your family. And being a power couple means being supportive of whoever, whether you're with a woman or a male, you know, whether it's just you and another team member. But being a power couple means two people working towards the common goal for the good of both of you. So just know that it's possible, and don't self-sabotage. If you keep getting the same results, you're probably doing the same thing. And if it's you in 10 different bad relationships, you're the common factor, so it's probably you. And that's one thing that I had to learn. So just be aware of what you're doing. Call Sandy or call someone to guide you, because life is too precious to be wasting doing dumb stuff all the time, you know? And when you really focus, great things happen. And just, you know, always stay humble. I think that's really important.
All right.
That's fine.
And something I want to say is, when I met Janet, she seen something in me that no one did, and
Hello, you're 6'6".
Missed that.
the 6'6" got me here. Well, with that, and you know, her love and her care, which I was lacking at that time, really helped me out and motivated me to become something better, and I had something to look forward to. And all the other changes were just the package to go with everything. And another thing I wanted to say is that no matter who you are or what situation you have or what you're going through, you know, everybody goes through things. And me, myself, I had a very big drinking problem, and I needed help. I needed people, and I'm here, and I'm able to speak to people if they need that, and I can give my advice on how to overcome it. And it's all about situations you put yourself into. If you're going to the bar every night and you're saying, I'm not going to drink, it's pretty tough. surrounded in that atmosphere, you know. When I first stopped drinking, I didn't immediately go to bars. I stayed away from them for a while until I could find a way of how to get through that. And my way is drinking water or soda, just so my throat's not dry and I don't feel like I need to drink something that's alcoholic. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And my information will be on this post. So if anybody needs help with any of that, you know, you can change it, and I'm here if anybody needs my help.
That's awesome. And congratulations, you also were recently recognized for one of the top, top?
I ranked number 10 in Whittier out of, I think it's 800.
So out of 800 agents, you ranked 10.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. What a big jump, right? I mean,
I wanted to be like the top 5.
But hey, I mean, think about it. It's like, I think that we got to look at those numbers and that result. Like, had you not stopped drinking, what would have happened, right? Had you not invested in coaching, personal and professional, where would you be?
It's worth it. I know a lot of people, it may be difficult to invest, or they think like, well, I don't have money, I have to pay for this. But really, it is the best investment. Invest in yourself and your loved ones.
Biggest return.
You get it back 10 times. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, and I mean, this is you guys working together. I mean, you have multiple homes. Yeah. I mean, millions of dollars already, I think, in assets or liabilities, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't know. It's scary, right? It is scary. You're still taking it in, but you know, it's a process, and it takes confidence, and it takes you guys working together to make it happen. I mean, like they say, you want to go far, you could go alone. You could go alone far, and you can. But if you really want to go further and really, you know, have someone to share and enjoy that journey with, you want to be with someone that's going to want to win with you, right?
Yes, this guy
And the reason, you know, for us doing great now, or we have been, but it's because of our team. You know, it's not just me and her.
No.
We work with people that we genuinely care about, and they're like family. So we, you know, go both ways. Like if they need anything, we make sure it happens. Like we know all of our team's dreams and goals.
Yeah.
And the whole time we're trying to get them there the whole time. So if they weren't here supporting us and helping us out, we wouldn't be here. So it's Aaron and everybody at the office, Abraham, Jaleesa, April, Amanda, Carmen, everybody.
Myra, Ricardo.
Everybody, All right, so guys, if they forgot your name, just know it's overwhelming trying to remember everybody in the middle of the camera. FYI. But you guys know who you are, and I know most of you guys, and you guys are amazing, and it's just been awesome to see you guys as a team and how you guys all work together. And also congratulations to Gabby, who was in the bodybuilding, right? She played too. In her first one, she looks phenomenal. Gabby, we need to get you on the show, by the way. We got to talk about that, right?
First time, first competition, she declared it, and she did it.
Great, congratulations. So, all right, congratulations to all the IET Capital team, because you guys are awesome and you guys are doing amazing things in the community too. I love that you guys did a blood drive, and then you partnered up with another nonprofit organization and helped raise gift cards and things like that. So we got to also remember to give. We got to give. We got to give and be of service, etc. And so, thank you guys for being here. Thank you. I'm super duper proud of you guys. I feel like you guys are God didn't give me like physical kids here, but I feel very, like I feel like my coachees are my kids sometimes, so I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm excited to see what else you guys create, and looking forward to the big day. Just putting it out there. I'm waiting. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Remember, I'm on live on every Tuesday evening, so make sure you join me next week. Next week we are definitely gonna jump into relationships and dating and divorce and all that fun stuff, since it is Valentine's Day. And hey guys, I'm creating a program for those people that want to be confidently single, so that you could go into a relationship coming from a positive, power and empowered place of self-love, self-worth, and be ready to take on and create a power couple like that. So have a wonderful evening, everyone. Remember that you have the power to choose how you want to live your life from moment to moment. You do have a choice. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.